It's the Seth Lewis Show. He's really cool, you know. He's got that wicked beat. He'll make you tap your feet. Hello, everyone. And today, this happened. So, last week I did an episode on the greatest TV shows of all time. And I was sitting at my desk pondering what I should do for this week's episode, and I thought, why don't I do a list about the top 5 TV theme songs of all time? Because I actually have a very strong opinion about this one. So, there are a couple of ground rules before I begin. Rule number 1, this is not going to be my opinion. This is going to be the opinion of the critics, the audiences. I'm going to tally up the results and see what, according to them, is the greatest TV theme song. And rule number 2, this is only about the songs. It isn't going to be about the intro, although I might take the intro into consideration. But with that said, I also have a little bit of a warning for you all. I am going to be singing in this episode, and I don't know if I have a beautiful voice or a terrible voice. So basically, either you're going to be bleeding out of your ears, or you're going to be going, my God, that man has a voice like an angel.
Sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip.
When I was a little kid, my mom wouldn't let me watch Gilligan's Island. And looking back on it now, I'm not really sure why. It just seems to me like an innocent TV show about a bunch of people trapped on an island and having wacky misadventures. I don't see how it would have hurt my youthful mind. But anyways, the show has a very catchy theme song, and I guess it's not really the greatest TV theme song of all time, but people do seem to remember it, and it has entered pop culture very well, so maybe the audiences know something that I don't. But anyways, if you haven't heard it, here's how it goes. Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started on this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailor man, and that is where I'm going to stop. The Andy Griffith Show, as I've mentioned before, holds a special place in my heart. I mean, I remember when we'd all sit around in the living room and the Andy Griffith Show would come on, and we'd just whistle the song as we were watching. We'd all be there whistling. I guess it was a very picturesque moment, the whole family just sitting there whistling the theme song to the Andy Griffith Show. And maybe that's my favorite part about the Andy Griffith Show theme song, that you can just whistle it, that you don't have to sing it. There are words, I know, just go on down to the fishing hole and grab yourself a fishing pole. But really, I feel like the music itself has become more remembered than the actual lines. So if you're not familiar with it, here's how it goes. Simple and effective, right?
The Andy Griffith Show, starring Andy Griffith, with Ronnie Howard, also starring Don Knotts.
The universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started.
I have to admit that I was a little bit nervous about watching the television show The Big Bang Theory, because I heard from some friends that it wasn't very good. But when I actually sat down and watched it, I was surprised by how wrong they were. I mean, the show just seemed fine to me. It was just this regular TV sitcom about a bunch of nerds trying to get a girlfriend. But anyways, the show really managed to impress me in one particular area, and that was the theme song. And what I love about the theme song is it manages to capture the show's silliness, and also its profoundness. So if you haven't heard it, this is how it goes. The whole universe was in a hot, dense state, then 14 billion years ago expansion started. Wait! The earth began to cool, autotrophs began to drool, Neanderthals invented tools, we built the walls, we built the pyramids. Math, science, history, unraveling the mysteries that all started with a big bang. Bang!
Every day when you're walking down the street.
As you all have probably been able to figure out if you've watched my show, I am a big fan of the Author TV theme song. And technically, it is my favorite TV theme song of all time, just because it holds a lot of nostalgia for me. But anyways, if you're not familiar with the TV show Author, it's just about this aardvark and he learns life lessons. The show isn't important. What is important is it has the greatest TV theme song of all time. In fact, I don't know anyone who doesn't like this theme song. I mean, it captures the show's heart, its warmth, and let me just sing it for you all. I think it'll make your day a lot better. Every day when you're walking down the street, oh, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, hey, what a wonderful time of day, where we can learn to work and play, and get along with each other. And just as a little side note, here, did you ever notice how Author, when he's going down the street, is like doing this? I always thought it was so funny how he would walk down the street like this. I don't know. Watch the original video and you'll know what I'm talking about. And the greatest TV theme song of all time is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. I mean, I don't think there was any doubt about this one. It seems like everyone likes this. People who like country music, western music, blues, rock and roll. It's just a song that, like the Author theme song, nobody seems to dislike. And if you're not familiar with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it's about Will Smith, and he's a poor guy, and he's going to these rich people's house, and he's teaching them about style, and they're teaching him about class. It's just the regular American sitcom. But it has the greatest TV theme song of all time. And I'm going to do my best to recite it all for you. It's almost like I'm standing in front of the opera house. I'm just getting ready to try and give you all the greatest piece of art ever created. Here it goes. You're gonna be taken away by this. It's beautiful. Yo, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute just to sit right there. I tell you all, I became prince of a town called Bel-Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground is where I'm spending most of my days, chilling out. No. I can't keep doing it. It's too beautiful. That's all. I'm done. It's the Seth Lewis Show. He's really cool, you know. He's got that wicked beat. And those are the greatest TV theme songs of all time. And please, if you have any objections to any of these on this list, just let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you all. Unless you have a problem with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, and then I'm just going to assume that you don't have any life and that you're just dead inside. I mean, how can you not like that theme song? Speaking of which, in West Philadelphia, born and raised on... Oh, and by the way, think big and think differently. On a playground is where I'm spending most of my days, chilling out, maxing in, looking so cool. Shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little